we go from onboarding, then what your week looks like should be repeatable. Check-in process is the same.
Yeah.
How you engage with them is the same. Like there should be a system in place for all of that.
Yeah.
It came up in the call yesterday. An interesting conversation about something that I'd done accidentally. I didn't even realize I was doing. So someone asked about communication with clients and like how to manage it.
Yeah.
And we were talking about like obviously our app has a chat, but there's too many of us. The notifications aren't
So only I use it.
amazing. So Jace is just hogging it.
I'd rather use other avenues if I'm being very honest.
And I actually just bit the bullet, and I was, after telling everyone not to stop using WhatsApp, went to WhatsApp because everyone has it on their phone and it's really easy. And Voldemort's getting all the name drops today. So I was saying I engaged with Jess through banter, training celebrations, general chat on Instagram.
Yeah.
All of our training communication goes through WhatsApp. All of our work communication goes through our Mighty Networks.
Yeah.
And that again, it's just a system. It's just like I've got other clients that love to message me on Instagram. I'm like, put this in WhatsApp or I'll lose it straight away. And that's the system. If you can communicate with me, send me as many messages as you want a week. I don't care, as long as they go in WhatsApp. Because if they go in Instagram,
well, it's like
come
you don't
check
know
a
when
day,
you're gonna
I'll
open it.
fucking forget.
It's so, like socially and stuff. You could open it, and it's not the right time to.
And you forget to go back, and all your replies are shit, and you don't really give them the attention that they deserve. Like I try to only open WhatsApp on my computer.
Yeah, I love that you can do that.
Because so then I'm present.
Yeah, of course.
So yeah, it's just little things like that, and people think like, oh yeah, systems is like, this is my DDR form and this is my T's and C's. Like, yes, if you don't have those, that's low hanging fruit. That's really fucking important. But even like going the next step, what's your nutrition start protocol for everyone? Like, there's something that's repeatable.
Yeah.
Even if, so we have a spectrum, right? We go from fucking just eat protein every meal to hand plan to track weekdays to track every day to meal plans to what, like all the way through. But that's a systemized approach to where are you right now? It's a question that gets asked every single time. What's going to work the best for you? I'm probably here. Cool. The resource for that's right here. This is how you check in with that. This is how you give me information with that. This is the part of the check-in you use to tell me what's going on. If you're just eating protein, it's a number out of 10 and you give me feedback.
Yeah.
Most people don't have that. They're just making it up. Every engagement they have with the client, it's inconsistent. And then you're like, oh, my fucking clients don't check in. Of course they don't. There's no path to follow. We're sheep.
Yeah. Just
we need
put the
rails.
steps in place.
Yeah.
People will follow it.
And then the last, or not the last, but like, I think a part of it that gets overlooked a lot is systemizing your programming. Or systemizing the hard skills. Let's call it that. Because people don't think about that. Because they like to think, nah, bro, I spend 4 hours on a whiteboard outlining my client before I sit down and put pen to paper for a program. And that makes me awesome. Because I'm really customized training. It's like, okay, so you don't work with any clients that are similar. And you have no baseline of what someone who has these characteristics, wants these outcomes, and is this place. You have nothing, no system to serve that person.
Yeah.
And you've got in your bio, I help women get confident, blah, 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 blah. And all the women that come to you are between 60 and 75 kilos, and they've all got 2 years training experience. And you start everything from scratch.
Yeah.
That's not customization. That's...
You can't,
I don't know. Trying to be hopeful and not make people feel bad. But
yeah, I know what you mean. That's why I'm such a big advocate of like writing out like what would be the best course of
block.
Yeah, what would be the best course of action for you if you know what your ideal client is, and it's like, you know, most of them are like, the easiest one is just like the average kind of young female at the moment.
Yeah,
it's like they don't move well. They want a nice ass. They want, you know, a developed back, semi-developed back, and nice delts
and a big deadlift on my side of the fence.
So yeah, and then you're working out what the goal is, and then it's like the problems are the movement, the training frequency, the diet strategy.
Yeah.
take the diet strategy aside, it's like, okay, well, how do you move somebody who's like, how do you take someone who's highly likely not training hard enough, doing too much cardio, who's weak and doesn't have really good movement through the pelvis specifically?
Yeah.
How do you take them to being able to just do like a full, full blown kind of physique development, body strength, program? So it's like they need to know what the prime movements are. They need to understand how to centralize tension in their muscles. They now need to work on their work capacity within that session to withstand a lot of stress. You probably need to get them stronger after that. After that, it kind of is like, where do you need to take that particular individual now?
Yeah.
And I'm not saying every single person has to take that route, but if you look at your clientele and you're like, most of the people have these problems, I now have a system to get somebody who has trained and done really well and maybe doesn't need to do that 6 months, but then it's just like you keep moving forward. Yeah. But you now have a system of decision making to get someone there. Because you know how we always talk about the better client thing. Like, I want better clients. It's like, write a fucking system to take your clients to the better client land. Yeah. For the training. Yeah. What does it take for your clients to get to 2 times body weight, blah, blah, blah. It's like, you've got a system. It's like they go from here to here to here to here, and then they're a better client. So you just haven't thought about it.
Yeah, and it's so funny listening. Like, it's the same mentality. It's like 95% of people that come to me also want better body composition, and their long-term goal is strength. Yeah. If I don't deliver on body composition in the first 6 weeks, I'm done. Yeah. Like,
the buy-in's not
I'm
there
paying
anymore.
this money and I don't look better. Yeah. I don't care if I move better, because I'm not going to make you stronger straight away, because it'd probably be dumb to do 3s. Yeah. Because we haven't learned anything. So I've got to deliver on body composition early. Yeah. So that's like the first program is designed to make you move really fucking well. So in 3 to 6 months, you're going to obliterate all your PBs. But everything else is lifestyle, behavior, nutrition, stress, all of that. And then after 6 weeks, you're like, fuck, I feel better, I sleep better, I'm eating better, nutrition's really easy, the check-in process is good, I look better. Yeah. And it's like, okay, cool, now we're going to add some 5s. Yeah. Like, fuck, I've never moved that like that before. It's like, bang, we're on. Yeah. And to be clear, I would say 90% of the programs I send out have changes.
Yeah, of course.
But plan proactively, but build in reactivity. Yeah. So I can go into a program and go, cool, this client's not comfortable with a barbell squat yet. Yeah. Or has got an injury, or has got a movement
have
dysfunction.
This particular machine in their gym.
Or whatever. So it's like, you're starting on the hack squat. Or you don't have a hack squat, you're not comfortable on the Smith machine. Okay, so exactly. Like, fuck, get on the leg press, whatever. Like, there's always changes. Or you also have a priority of like moving well or whatever. So it's like, oh, here's a little opening circuit that's going to get you going. Yeah. And then it just, you know what I mean? You customize it within that, but it takes 30 to 60 minutes, not fucking 4 hours.
Yeah, I don't really subscribe very much to the every program has to be literally a blank canvas and you got to start. It's like training models were designed
for that purpose,
for a reason. Yeah. So if you took a training model, you train this way to get this outcome, that would mean your decisions are guided by the framework of that training model, and the only things that would change is the amount of work somebody does and potentially the exercise they do. Yeah. So you can still make a program that's eliciting an outcome for an avatar, and then you can decide what exercises they do, the amount that they do them in for the rep range and the intensity. Yeah.
Yeah, based on the individual factors.
Yeah, and if you've got a full book of clients, like, fuck, man, like, you have to.
Yeah, I think what it is, maybe it's not you think you're too smart.
There's just pushback from people that say that they don't. You know what it is? I think it is. I think people's definition of custom is different. Yeah. So you've got people saying like every...
It's fear, right?
Yeah, and it's fear of being shit. Yeah. It's fear of people thinking that they're not doing the right thing. Yeah. And so you got people saying like and there's people that probably other people look up to. These people that are, people look up to are saying every program should take you this long. And like, remember when we talked to Ben, like BPAC, and he's like, oh, you know how it takes like 3 hours to write a program, right? Yeah. I was like, it takes 3 hours to write maybe
a program,
the first program. Yeah. no doubt.
Yeah.
Because you do have to go to the whiteboard
Yeah.
and think, how's this going to look over the week?
Yeah.
What's the exercise sequence like?
I'm going to add a caveat to that. It takes you 3 hours, but you still follow a system, which is the point of the episode.
Yeah.
To do that on the whiteboard. We have a training model that, that first program does take that long.
Yeah. But it's not that you don't do that every time.
Yeah.
It takes you that time to write the first one. And then you've got somebody who goes, like I have like a back width specialization block, back thickness specialization block, chest specialization block. All of these blocks, it's taken me a significant amount of time to
create them.
But how I created them was the same.
And that I think is what people miss too. It's like, okay, cool. So even if you're gonna write all your programs from scratch, what's your process? Why did you choose that many sets? Why did you choose that exercise? Why did you choose? And then you're like, I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
So I think that's where it breaks down even more.
Yeah.
So it's like, you should have a system in place that serves maybe 2 or 3 avatars that you tend to coach.
Yeah.
We work on 3 usually. And outside of that, it either has to be really exciting that I have to learn to do it.
Yeah.
And I'm willing, or I'm just like, that's not for me.
Yeah.
So it's the stronger, leaner, fitter. It's stronger, leaner, or it's physique. If it's outside of that, I'm like if you just want to run, you don't want to also lift weights.
Yeah.
I'm like,
it's not
training
fulfilling.
you for a marathon. I have to do a lot of study, and it doesn't really excite me.
Yeah.
And then I had one of my girls like, hey, I'm going to do a half marathon, and then 8 weeks later, I'm going to do states powerlifting.
Yeah.
I'm like, let's go.
Yeah.
That sounds fun, and I'll do that from scratch. Coming back to the point, most people don't have a training model. Is the terminology you used, a system to follow to build programs in the first place.
Yeah.
And if you don't have that, then I know how I used to feel when I used to give people programs, which was, I hope this works. I don't know. I hope it works.
Yeah.
Because I just did it off basically some ideas. Like people will say, it's experience. You can only learn that with experience. Yeah.
You still have
and you get better at it. You get better at guessing with experience, but you get better way faster with a model.
Yeah, and you're more confident in your decision making with a model as well.
Yeah, and you hit the target so much more often.
Yeah, well, yeah. So, like last big workshop was physique programming. So the goal was to give a system to be consistent across the board with everyone. Yeah, it's not foolproof, but within that system, people were like, I would start with this amount of training volume for this particular person. Jason's now provided me a framework to go, did this happen? Yes. Did this happen? No. Did this happen? Yes. Okay, I can add more, take things back. Yep. Even after that, it's like, this is how you make the program. It's like, are we prioritizing effort and intensity? Are we prioritizing focuses on muscle groups? Okay, this is how I write it out. Yep. If you have a system like that, then you can add another layer on top of that. It's like, we'll write 6 months of program to get your client to this ideal client that you speak of, or their main objective. You now have everything. You can drag and drop and this and that and break the rules and bend the rules and this and that. Yeah. And your programming would be 98% better than everybody else's.